Hey guys, we're here with Chi, who somehow went undefeated with Sky Striker today. How are you liking this deck for this format?
I mean, it's pretty good. It's definitely better than the last format. It's easier to cheer the shufflers, and the deck had so much gas. The Biz Shields, like, they were really tough. But like, this format is much better. It's still kind of tough. Kashtiras and Brandon are both a pretty hard matchup, but I mean the deck is playable, so that's awesome. And the new card Thrust is kind of insane. So we'll get into that. Yeah.
Let's get right to the list.
So yeah, we're playing 3 Raye, 1 Rose. Shout out to James for the ulti. I'm still looking for 2 others, but yeah, I can't find them. I mean this ratio is pretty self-explanatory. You don't play more than 1 Rose because of linkage. So yeah. And then 3 linkage. So this is a really good spell. It's one of the newer ones. Basically, it sends for part of the effect. It sends to the graveyard, and you can special summon any Sky Striker monster from the extra deck, but then you're locked into strikers. But the best thing about this is you can dodge targeted spells. So like Imperm is a huge one. Veiler is not that in the format, but like any like Xizhao, you chain this to the Imperm, and then you basically let it resolve, and you get a free lane. And yeah, it's a starter as well. So there's that. 3 Widow Anchor. So pretty self-explanatory. You kind of have to play it. It's really good. 1 Area 0. A lot of people are cutting this card, but it's still pretty good. 1 Burner, 1 Shark. These ones, like you could play more of depending on the format, but like this is not that good into Kashtiras or Branded because they have opening and the Shangri-La protects from card destruction. And sometimes people, if they Prosperity and they attach the infinite track, they can actually protect a Rise Heart from destruction too. So it's okay, but it's not the best. 1 Drones, I mean yeah, and 1 Multi-Roll and 1 Engage. God cards pretty much. For the rest of the spells, 1 Rhoda, it's consistency, it's another copy of Raye, another spell. 2 Desires, so this is something I've been thinking of, but it's basically like a free +2. You can search this off the new card Thrust in cases where it's like, it's basically a free +2, or +1, sorry. This can probably be something else, though I'm not sure what it is right now, so yeah, it's that for now. 2 Droplet, so some are actually cutting this card because it's really bad into Kashtiras, and it is really bad into Kashtiras because you can't even use it, but it's so good in every other situation. It's like the attack drop is really good. It's just like you can chain to your like spells because they're all like quick play and chainable, so you can like Widow Anchor or Burner and then chain this, and it sends for a cost too. So if they not expecting to negate it because of it, or you only have 2 spells, you can send it for cost, and then you'll have the 3rd spell on resolution. So it's pretty good. I wouldn't play more of it though. Maybe you can cut to 1 as well. So 3 Thrust. This is the best card in the deck. Since this is a going second deck, this is always pretty much live in every matchup except like maybe like Eldritch or something. But it basically says search engage. It's so good. It's another spell. You can also search talents with it. Yeah, you cut. It's really good. 2 talents. So it's like a lot of times this is just pot of greed, but sometimes you can just take. In my last match, when you use a hand trap, I had a huge nip token. I just talents took and then switched to attack and swung for game. So it's really good. Yeah, this was, if Tyr gets back in the format, this is probably much better, but right now it's still like pretty good. For the one-ofs randomly, change your heart and evenly. So these are thrust targets, depending on what you need. I mean, this is a really good card in any way. So it's like you can change your heart, take their Rise Heart, and then you can ban it. You can banish more to banish their Shangri-La, so to out the entire board. And this didn't really come up, but like it's still like okay in certain matchups, I guess. Like if you're placing really back row. I mean, this could be something else, but it's still like okay, I guess. Now for the hand traps, I play 12, so 3 Imperm. Like it doesn't play into talents, so it's really good. 3 Ash. This cooks Branded, like you kind of have to play it. And 3 Nib. So this was the MVP today. I nibbed a hero player, Kashtiras 3 times. It pretty much won me the game every single time, and it was just really good. And the last 3, I'm actually not really sure about this, but I played 2 Veiler and 1 Crow. The logic is, the rest of the hand traps are really not that good. Like Bell is, I don't think Bell is good at all. Because if Brandon has Lost Up, you can never Bell Brandon in red. But this is like very generic, and this is one of exciting patterns, and also for it's just like it's okay in general. And it's like very generic, but it's really bad into Kashtiras. These are really bad into Kashtiras, so I'd probably side them out. So the extra deck, it's really standard. Actually, this one is maybe not bad. 3 Hayate. I decided to play 3 because if you only play 2, then sometimes Kashtira can banish one of them, and when you're only left with 1, it's a little bit difficult. So 3 is I think 3 is fine. 3 Kagari, pretty self-explanatory. It's like the best card in the deck, pretty much. Finally able to resolve it after the troublers are gone. 3 Shizuku. Yeah, it's a really good card. Pretty much have to play it. 2 Zeke. So you played 2 a lot when you were playing Bistros in the main, but now you play 2 because it really hurts when Kashtir banishes this and you can't really make things to like link off material, basically. 1 Kaina, you kind of have to play it. And then the last 3, Dark Nightmare and Access Code. I think the only thing I would change in this extra deck is maybe, depending on how the format shapes up, but maybe you can cut a 3rd Hayate for a lineup. That way you can get rid of the Nim token really like much more easier. You can link it off like if you need to get into striker stuff. For the side deck, this is still a work in progress, but I play 2 TC boot. This is for going first. It's pretty good in most matchups. But you usually do not side this in because unless it's like really like a good matchup like Sword Soul, for example. The main thing is you need a lot of going first cards in the side deck because a lot of good players, they'll make you go first, and game 2 is like really hard if you like draw Change of Hearts or like the stuff that don't do anything going first, like the thrust. So you kind of have to play a lot. 2 Twin and 2 Cosmic. So the twins can probably be replaced because I never sided them in, but it's just, I guess, I respect for back row removal. The main thing is when the format shapes up, if anti-spell is really important, you kind of need to place Cosmics, and the twins are just here for, like, theoretically they're okay against Kashtira because Birth really hurts the deck because you can't really ever get 3 spells in grave. Every time you use a spell, it banishes straight from the graveyard, so you can never have spell count, so it's really hard. So outing Birth is really important. But the twin, and also because Branded nowadays they end up a lot of back row removal. They end on Beast, Lost, Branded and Red, and a bunch of like other continuous spells. So this can like it's okay against it theoretically, but hasn't really come up yet. I didn't play Branded yet, so I'm not really too sure. The 2 extra crows. This is mainly for Branded. This hurts Branded and Red. If Branded and Red resolves, you're gonna have a really bad time because they go like Chimera. You can't even respond to Chimera because Lost usually. So you need to stop Branded and Red, a way to stop Branded and Red. This is also good to stop Retribution. If they banish Retribution to target a spell, you can banish it, and then they go -1. And if Tier goes back in the format, this is probably good. You probably don't play Bystials anymore because Thrust really hurts the viability of Bystials, and Tier is not really a thing in the format. 2 Lancia. This is an auto win against Kashtira, and I might actually play 3 of it, depending on how popular Kashtira is, but it's like, after they summon Rise Heart, you just Lancia on summon, and they can't really play because the Rise Heart's level 4. It's also decent against Brandon as well, so that's good. 3G Barrier is going first card. It cooks literally every, like Sword Soul, Branded, all of them are really good. You need a lot of going first, especially Chainabos, because they're gonna make you go first and gonna assign a lot of back removal. So if they lead with like Duster or a Twin or a Cosmic, at least you have this to like chain to it. So that's that. The last 2 evenly, and I'm pretty sure I'm cutting these. I might play Shared Rides instead, but these never really came up. I never really even need anyone, but I just don't have the Shared Rides yet. The idea of Shared Rides is like you can chain them, and a lot of decks search nowadays. Like Brandon, they search a lot. Kashira searches a lot. Sprite searches a lot. So Shared Rides theoretically would be pretty good. You can draw into a lot of your hand traps. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the list.
Amazing. Thank you so much for the deck profile. Any last shout outs?
Shout out to James. Shout out to Hukunu, my dad. Subscribe to him. He's a really good guy. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome. Thank you.